Hello traders, this is Mac Billion. Today is December 28, 2015, and let's talk about the market. Let's start with the S&P mini futures. As you can see here, there is a lot of resistance in this short-term resistance once we went to the major resistance, which is this resistance near the Fibonacci 2124, and you can also see the short resistance at the 200 moving average. So I'm watching for the 200 moving average, and I'm watching for the price to break out this short-term resistance for me to add to my calls on any other strong positions. So keep an eye on this resistance and the 200 moving average. So you can use the ES or the E-mini S&P 500 index futures as a benchmark. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple, as you can see here, right down horrible here, is still bearish, but the directions on DMI are getting close to to be in a divergence. So when there is a divergence, is a pause or is a continuation of the breakdown. I think because it's very near to 103, I'm gonna wait for this number 103. I think it's gonna just go here and bounce because we getting close to earnings season, and this is gonna be a bounce here based on expectations for an earnings report. So let's see what happens. Right now here is neutral. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Facebook. Facebook, as you can see here, is still inside this bullish flat. You have the 50 simple moving average and you have the 21 double exponential as resistance and the short-term resistance right here at the top of the flat. So there you have your resistance, your support. So I'm be watching the 500 simple moving average. If we break down below the 500, for sure we have this support right here, and we also have the major trend support. So I'm thinking that there is a high probability that we're gonna go break out this resistance here and go and finish 110 end of the year, or at least at the first 10 days of the year we're gonna go to 110 based on expectations of earnings report, which I'm sure is gonna come out good. So now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about BABA. BABA is another one that's still consolidating inside this symmetrical triangle wedge. I think from this support we're gonna bounce right here, and we're gonna try again near the apex of this triangle. A lot of breakouts occurs very near or at the apex of the triangle, which is this area right here. So if we go right here, we might break out huge to 90 or 100. Oh, there's another possibility. Let's say 40% possibility that we're gonna break down and go to 68. So those are my take for BABA. I'm long in BABA right now. GG. GG is a gold corporation. I use this one to trade gold. It's still moving sideways. I haven't taken a position for a long time on this one, but it's my watch list, and I want you to put this one in your watch list. Major resistance is 1231 Fibonacci. Support, you can see this trend support right here. Every time we go to the trend support, we bounce. It's hard to tell. Not volume for the last, let's say 2 weeks. But I'm going to be watching the 50 simple moving average and the Fibonacci 1231. If we break out, there is this trend resistance that we also need to watch. If we break out the trend resistance, then we're going to have a major other resistance around 15. But this one still looks bearish, but short-term bullish if we break out right here. So be careful on this one, but it's good to have it on your watch list. Now let's talk about APA. I use APA, Apache Corporation, to trade oil. It still doesn't see an enter right here, no volume the past 2 weeks. And you can see here, we break out this resistance, test the Fibonacci 5442, fail, and now consolidate here. Looks like he was gonna test the major breakout, but now it's moving sideways below the 50 simple moving average. So what is your number? The number is the 50 simple moving average. If you break out the 50 simple moving average, which is 47, go long, because this one for sure is gonna retest around 54, 55. So write it down. 47 is your number to enter long in this one. IWN, this is the iShares Russells. It's moving inside this channel. You see this perfect channel? It's moving sideways end of the year. You see the Fibonacci resisting at 115. And you see the 20 simple moving average and the 50 is very close. So you have a lot of resistance right here. There's a huge battle. There's a huge support right here at the bottom. And I'm just neutral right here. We need to see a breakout right here for us to enter long. Macy's, I'm including Macy's on my video because many people ask me about Macy's. You know, when they see something that break down 50%, everybody wants to enter because they look cheap. But the thing is, it can break down further. So that's one of the things that you have to learn when trading. Not because something went down 50%, it doesn't mean that it's cheap now or it's gonna bounce or it's oversold. There's many words people use, but it means that it's in trouble. And if in trouble, this one can easily go to 32, break down and go to the 20s easily. Right now, it looks like a little bounce right here, but it looks, I will bet you money that it's gonna go to $32 and probably break down. So keep an eye on that one. Now let's talk about Monsanto. Monsanto, we trade this one end of the year. We made nice profits on this breakout right here. And it was a beautiful exit because we used the Fibonacci 173. We exit our trade right at that Fibonacci level and took 100% profits. I knew that it was gonna fail because the volume, when it went there, it was low volume below the 50 moving average in the volume chart. And right now it's still bullish. I'm not gonna say it's bearish now. It just failed. It went there, failed, but it's still about the 5, still about the 21 double exponential. I think this is gonna go. It's gonna go to the 105, 110 once it takes 100. So keep an eye on that one. That's your number, 100. If you break out 100, go long. Now let's talk about Netflix. Netflix, you can see here, is getting very close to this support below the 50, but a Fibonacci 112. 112 is the number. If it goes to 112, go long. If you break out this resistance right here, go long also. And you have a lot of support. You have the 200, you have this short-term support, long-term support. This is another one to hold the stock. You know, Facebook, Baba, Netflix. Those are the ones that I'm going to hold in my long-term portfolios, but holding the stock, no auctions, because they're not ready for breakouts, but it's good to hold. I think they're going to go beautiful this year. So let's see this coming year. Now let's talk about the Spider. The Spider is similar to the S&P mini futures. It's just holding right here below the 50, below the 200. But it's just a little bit about the 5 simple moving average. Resistance, support. So what are you doing right now? Nothing. It's neutral. We took profits on this one in a bounce, but it's just moving sideways right here. So nothing to trade. And the last one I'm gonna include in my video is Tesla. Write it down. 237 is the number, which is this resistance right here. 237. If you break out 237, then you have this resistance trend line about 246. So 237, if you break out 246, 245 is your target. No volume because it's the end of the year, but this accumulation right here is a signal that is bullish, and it might break out and test the 270s for earnings or at least half of the year. Traders, I have a nice promotion for you to join McBillion. This is an end of the year promotion. You can join one-time payment, only one-time payment, and you receive my alerts, my mentoring, my videos, my updates, alerts, everything, one-time payment. Check it out. Join McBillion. This is everything for today. Trade on.